Hey, Daniel. All right. Hello, you guys. We're streaming live and we're just trickling in here. We're super excited about tonight. We've got Susan Morgan, who has an upcoming conference. And of course, Sylvain, the conference is near. The man of the hour is here. And he's got a new development. So it's really exciting. So I want to kick it off by talking about what happened with LightNet. Daniel and I experienced something pretty magical. So we realized that basically we wanted people to have ET contact, and we thought we could do it, and we thought we would try to do it. And so we set up an experiment. 8 weeks, we had Alan Stienfeld, Daniel, myself, and Adrian Fisher. And we thought, well, can we take people for 8 weeks into an ET contact experience? And, we're going to share the results in a minute, but I just want to say that, I think that this is the stuff that we've always dreamed of. I think that people in the world want a mystical, magical experience, that we want to know that, that there's something else. Right, Daniel?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And, you've explored that in the dream time and the dream worlds. And it was us wanting to try to, how do we bring these experiences that cannot be explained, that we never, one of the things we say a lot at LightNet is, consciousness has been untapped and untaught. And we're here to change that. So we set out, no one knew how to do anything when we started out. We didn't even know, people didn't know how to set up the radios. I did the radio stuff. People weren't remembering their dreams, right? Daniel and your group, right? And do you want to talk about what happened a little bit?
Oh yeah, we had a really beautiful time exploring ET contact in dreams. We, use the CE5 methodologies and things like that. We looked to one of the papers that recently came out about lucid dreaming as a way to emulate ET contact, which was from a very skeptical point of view. And so we kind of followed that methodology, which was try to have ET contact in dreams and see what arises. And most people had contact. And one of the more interesting aspects of this experience was discussions around definitions about extraterrestrials. In terms of reaching out in the dream world, it felt almost as if a plethora of beings emerged in contact, and it felt very, just very interesting and wonderful to go on that exploration together.
Yeah, so we encountered angels, we encountered past loved ones, we encountered, ETs, it was just it was really incredible. And I want to share my screen because I want to talk about what actually happened, but when I did the numbers the last day, I said, Daniel, you're not going to believe this. We actually did it. We figured out a way to collectively now let me just share my screen because I want to show you the numbers of what happened. It was almost like when we talk about how when we talk about what we learn, in normal life, is we learn how to see with our eyes and to hear with our ears. But there's all this other stuff that we're starting to understand. And this is what the Golden Age is about. This is what the Renaissance is about. This is it. This is us understanding what our bodies are capable of. And we had 98% make contact, okay?
Wow.
These are the before and after. And we asked the group on the final day, we had this closing, we said, why, how could this happen? How does this happen? And they said it was the intention of the group and the loving, open-minded environment, and also practicing firsthand. I think that was so important because instead of theorizing about ETs and contact, we're actually pushed into these experiences. It was Alan was okay, read this picture. What does it mean? Or we started to channel and we started to do it. So here we go. People, we had 100% figure out how to do this. So it was really exciting. We also banked 429 resources for the world and the next group that's coming up, which we're doing in October. Our idea is to have 100 people. So now we have registrations now. So we have 48 slots left to get into this contact lab. And what it's about is basically taking your intuition and your intention and actually making contact over the 8 weeks. And we now have more guides to share with you. So, there's the EDT conference, which we're excited to share as well. Sylvain's going to be stepping up next. So, if you go to lightnet.org, this is your opportunity to be a part of this first 100. We call it the Founders Circle. So these 100 people are setting the belief system, the precedence of ET contact. Okay, so here we go. So there's these again, dreams, remote viewing, channeling, and ham radios. And then we also have light language and perspectives from the sky with Leo. Now, Leo is incredible. He believes that we can take, he's actually, I'm sharing my screen right now because he's actually going to be doing, I'm going to be dishing about all of my contact experiences on Saturday at 1 o'clock. So I'm going to do a tell-all expose on Saturday with him. And in his small group, he's going to be taking the astrological chart of every single person in that group. And he's going to be telling you what's the easiest path for you to contact star beings that are in your constellation, that are in your life, that are in your now moment, right? And it's going to be absolutely incredible. He's been doing this he's a therapist that uses astrological charts. He's taught me so much. So we also have Carla coming on a little bit later, which she's going to talk about her group, Light Language, but I'm getting in her group because I realized, I'm like, wow, if I can let go that deeply of how I sound and how I look and how I am, if I can get out of my head that deeply to connect into light language, I think I will have set myself free. So we encourage everybody who's curious about deepening or making contact with ETs to join us to round out the lab. There's 48 slots left to be part of the 100. So I want to put on Sylvain next because we're so excited for his news. And we were just talking before we started the EXO Consortium, like I cannot believe an ET embassy the road has been paved over 40 years and now it's a reality. And you guys are about to tell everyone what the status is with all the secrets that you guys have been holding close to your chest. So Sylvain, welcome. And let's hear about the conference. It's so close now.
Yes, it is. It's October 6th. So about 3 weeks from now, really. So we're very excited. We are prepared. We're doing all the prep. You know how it is. Maybe we do a conference right now. We're all kind of hectic, preparing everything. I want to share my screen here, if you don't mind. If you have not been to this website, you should. This is the conference website. I'm going to put it in the chat so everybody can check it out. The conference it's pretty simple. It's 4 hours, October 6th, from 6 to 10 p.m. At Eastern Standard Time. And the objective is only 20 days away. The objective is to reveal where we're at. Like Zenka said, we are, we as a collective, group of organizations, we have, I think, 18 or 19 organizations now. We've gathered a bunch of resources, $50 million US, approximately. Been raising that for a lot of years. We've been, for the last few years especially, we've been as an organization connecting with diplomats and leaders and like top leaders of nations, because it's necessary to build an official embassy that can accommodate diplomatic missions. It's not just a building on some land somewhere. It has to be given by a country and given extraterritoriality. There's all this official stuff going on about that. And Danielle, the president, is going to, I'm going to go down, like that's him here. like see all the partners at the conference, including Exo Metaverse, of course, LightNet. So Daniel is going to talk about what he's up to. Like, he's the one that has direct contact with the diplomats and the national leaders, and only him. I don't know which nations he's talking to. I just know how many, and even that I can't tell you. We're going to be a bit vague because he asked me not to not to spoil it, but he's going to actually tell us a little bit more about what's happening and a bit of a timeline. I interviewed him. We recorded it, pre-recorded, like I think it was a couple of days ago. But there's going to be a bit of a timeline of what the next steps. What I can tell you today is that we're still on track for official reveals, very, very soon. I'll let the timeline be revealed at the conference. But one thing I can tell you is, like, the track is that the embassy will be open in 2030 if we don't have any problems with the construction or approvals or feasibility studies, all sorts of stuff, technical like that. But we're going to have at the conference, we're going to have physically there. Danielle's going to be there. Claude, everybody you see on screen is going to be there. Claude Chevet is the leader of the architects, so he's going to present the blueprints of the embassy, which you see behind me. A 3D walkthrough. He's going to explain some of the design considerations for it. Steve Goldie, he's not figuring here. He's actually going to do a surprise presentation. He's the city planner, so he's going to go over like the actual serious elements of building something like this with a village around it and for tourism and all that stuff. So he's going to lay it out for you guys. John Levy is going to talk about the legal implications. He's the international solicitor. He's been with the ET Embassy project for several years. He's going to explain why are we doing this way and what are the legal implementations and explanations. Mauricio Baeta, he's a very famous UFO researcher out of Italy. He's going to talk a little bit more about his own experiences. And since he's Italian, you probably never heard of him, but he's friggin' amazing. He's had experiences and interviews with people that you wouldn't believe. And he has a very special message for us. And I think you're really going to enjoy it. And you're going to notice there's a familiar face right here. And also Alan Stienfeld, Carla Canamas, Costa, Preston Dennett, Cornflower, and myself, who will be doing panel and also some other discussions. There will be Q&A for the panel, as well as for Danielle and Claude, who will be physically there fielding questions. So if you're not at the conference, you can't ask questions. So you got to be there to be able to do that. And there's going to be about an hour of those 4 hours, which will be in a virtual space, networking. All the groups that are partners, including LightNet, will be there with a virtual table. You'll be able to move around one table to the other and kind of meet all these leaders and others that are doing research, that are doing all sorts of stuff. We have 18, or I think a little bit over 20 organizations that are super supportive, with massive leaders that will be there at the conference. So you'll be able to meet them, talk with them, interact, make connection. And that's why we're creating the conference. And at this conference, we will announce next year's conference, which will be much bigger and in person. And we just don't know the exact location and some of the details, but we're already coordinating and kind of talking with some of the leaders to do that together. And that's really it. It's like keynotes, panel, music, and lots of interactions, and of course, the Q&A and networking, where you can engage with all these wonderful people. We are building something that is seminal. I just spoke with another lawyer this morning out of the UK, who I'm going to stop sharing, who out of their own, like a lawyer met an economist. It sounds like a movie story. Like a year and a half ago, the year of the awakening, I think, for everybody. And they figure, well, something's going on. They not experiencers, nothing, like not even interested in UFOs. And they kind of realized together independently, like, we got to do something. There's something happening. And now I spoke with them immediately. They want to volunteer and help the Alliance with their professions. This is what's happening. There's a lot of stuff going on. People are waking up. They find this important, and they are activating with us and with each other and with you guys. So it's a super exciting time. We're heading into a new era of humanity at this point. And there's certain technical political things that we have to probably go through to align a lot of the people. That's our job as the Alliance, to do some of that. In the meantime, Zenka and Dan and Carla, Tangela and Nadi, I know you're all doing amazing work on the ground with people and in other aspects, and that's super important as well. So we want to celebrate that, and we want to celebrate with you at the conference and other occasions.
Awesome, Sylvain. So you guys, for the cost of a dinner, you're going to get to be on the inside knowing of what's happening with the embassy project. This is going to be a very big announcement. And I think it's just like sending shock waves through the world to realize that we're about to have the first Earth embassy for ET contact. I mean, that is huge. That is so huge. So we're super excited to be in that moment with you guys.
Something else I can say, Zenka, this is something from Danielle I can share at this time with you. The language that the politicians and diplomats are using with us has changed.
Wow.
They are asking really intelligent questions. They're inquiring. They're serious. And they're trying to figure out how they can take this truth and bring it into their world, in which they have to be extremely careful to keep their career. But when they talk to us one-on-one, it's obvious that they're lit up. So things are changing.
It's time. It's time. Well, thank you for all your hard work. And we look forward. It's in the evening, you guys, so you can go to work and then still make it to the conference. Again, super affordable, and I can't wait. I can't wait. So we're pulling Daniel back in because he's on family baby duty. Still has not even a 0-year-old in the world right now. So thank you for raising the young so well, as I'm sure you are doing. But we wanted to give you the spotlight here for a moment before you take off.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much. And it's really good to see everyone. I just wanted to just invite people to the dream groups to explore ET contact in dreams and have that discussion around definitions and integrating this really powerful information. I also wanted to share a really exciting update. I was accepted into the California Institute of Human Sciences Integral Noetics Studies program, which Sean Esborn Hargens presented on Exo Metaverse a couple of weeks ago, a few months ago, perhaps. And after that, I applied and was accepted and enrolled today. So that's a very exciting thing. And I wrote my essay on ET contact in dreams. So that's a very exciting thing to have this subject as one of many line items in the anomalous studies concentration in that program. So with that, I'll say thank you for being here, and it's good to see everyone, and have a good night.
Awesome. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, you know, they say that to make ET contact, it's best to do it first in dreams. So Daniel's going to walk you through that in October in his small group. He's got a couple spots left. So again, if you want to be in Daniel's nest for the ET contact experience, we truly invite you to do that. We also have tonight Susan Morgan, who's also a dreamer, a full-on dreamer of high caliber. And so tell them a little bit about who you are and what you're up to right now.
Oh, I'd love to. So hi, everybody. I've been working with my dreams and teaching people for over 20 years. I had a 1-hour live TV show for 5 years. I won an award for way back in the day in Mystic, Connecticut, called Mystic Dream. And I led workshops all over New England, a little bit out here in Nevada before I moved out here, as well as Florida. I wrote a book called The Power of Dreams, Navigating Tools, Dream Tools for Navigating Life. And I have an online course. called Power of Dreams, and I'm considered a master dream worker. And I've got a lot to say about dreams and ET contact. But that's not my main reason for being here today. But I'm also a lifelong contactee. And the farthest memories I have started out at dreams, what I thought were dreams anyways. And I came to realize only in the last, I'm 63, only about a decade ago, that no, those weren't really dreams. And so I have, I'm part Native American also on my mother's side, she was Indian. And so I work with dreams in the way that the indigenous people of this land and even other lands have worked with them. And it's more of a shamanic method, and it's in immersion in the dream, which I believe is close to what, if not identical to what these guys are doing, you know, Zenka and Daniel. So, I mean, I'm just so excited by Zenka, just knowing that she's on this earth, honestly. And Daniel, they're like the bright light of hope, because I used to say to people, it's not enough. Once they came to a dream circle, you know, it could be a life-changing experience. The average dream circle was 2 hours. And my goal that I was told by ETs, okay, how to do it. They told me what to charge. And they told me I was to teach how to authentically work with dreams within 2 hours, so that if they never saw me again, they would know how to work with their dreams. It's a pretty big thing. And I used to say that was the easy part, honestly. The hard part was trying to convince people why there was even value in dreams. Most people, there's no value. Why would I want to spend time with my dreams? And I'd say, well, one, you're dreaming the future, as we all are. If it's not looking like how you want it, well, then you change something in your waking life. We can determine who our helpers are. We can have transpersonal dreams, but I teach in a live way. When I have a live group, you know, I do drumming and I guide them into the meditation. And just real quick, so I know I only have 4 minutes, I got to talk faster. I'm going to talk super fast now. Years ago, I worked with a group of like 30 women. We were all shamanically trained and we hit it off. It was a week-long event. This was back, you know, I don't like 2001 or something, I don't know. And so one of the people who was an archaeologist and all, an anthropologist, she said, because when the event was over, we all went our own separate ways. And she goes, we got to stay connected. So she did this experiment to show how long ago it was dial-up internet at the time. So I'm just going to talk really fast. So try to listen really fast. So she created this thing, okay, this place that she called, oh, I forget what, the Dream Cottage or something like that. And she did it in a meditation. She put all these different attributes to it. And then we all met at, let's say, 9 o'clock on a full moon. And the rules were we would shamanically journey there to see what we see, and don't look at anybody else's feedback, and just put our own and see what it was. Well, we realized right out of the gate, we were all seeing similar things. Maybe not every single point, but enough. Like I saw that she had put a pumpkin on the left side of the step and all this. We're like, what? Of course, I'm psychic. You know, I'm also psychic. I'm a psychic medium. So, but the people that weren't psychic were seeing things. We did this for almost 2 years, once a month. Then we decided, you know what? We're in different time zones. We don't have to really line it up because time is not, relevant, right? So we were able to do it. We did all kinds of experiments. We went as our power animals. We could see which out of this group of like 12 women, who wasn't there that night. We'd say, oh, you know, everybody, I didn't see Sandra. Nope, Sandra couldn't make it. We could see our power animals. We came one night in different colored gowns. What did our gowns look like? One time we came as these big vases. What did our vases look like? And we dove in the other vases, and we just like tripped out on this. What did this show? What it shows is what shamanic cultures have known. And I'm considered a shamanic medicine woman and all this other stuff. People put a lot of labels on me. Okay. What we know is these places exist. These become tangible locations theoretically, because we had gone there so many times, it's energized, right? So a shamanic practitioner could just be, you know, traveling around out there and come upon it. And it's there. It will have a certain amount of energy for a certain amount of time. So even when you're doing that, you know, trying to make ET contact, there's also the effect of a morphic field. So we did the morphic field. I know about morphic fields. That's how we do the spoon bending. I don't know, you know, right? So this is why everybody can bend the spoons, because there's a morphic field created. Well, that morphic field is not just limited to the space of the room that we're in. It actually goes out and out and out. if there's a common intention. So there's the common intention of contact. Okay, so when we have a deeper understanding of dreams, meaning that we do leave our body every night, we pop out of our body and we go traveling to the past, the future, other dimensions, then it's no surprise, actually, if we have the intention as a group, to make contact. And that's one of the things I'm going to speak. I have an event in Sedona, October 14th through 16th, that Zenka is, gratefully speaking at on Saturday. I'm having just women speakers on Saturday, although Riz Verk may show up, and he says if he can do it, it will only be on Saturday. I'm like, Riz, that's the day for all the women, but whatever. If that's the only day, I'll make it happen. Like, because, Riz is a friend of both Zenka's and mine, and he's a fascinating genius in and of himself. And I've worked shamanically with him way back in the day. Anyways, I'll be talking also about dreams and my own personal contact and why I do what I do. I mean, in the Sedona event is primarily because, Marcelo, who's also a mutual friend now, and Geffen and I were going to do an event there quite a while back, and his plans kind of fell through, but I was psychically told to go through with it, like carry on. And I connected with Tom Dongo. I was told psychically, just call this guy, this random guy. Anyways, it just took off, and it was a nice event. And I asked I have a metaphysical store in Henderson, which is Las Vegas. I only have it again because of star beings, by the way. They told me to open it. It was not my goal. It's never been my goal. I was happily teaching successfully across the nation, reading, writing books, and taking plenty of kayak rides and nice hikes in the woods. I have no time for anything now. But they told me a year before COVID, they said, you have to open this up. And I said, why? They said, because it's about to get real bad. And I said, well, all the more reason why I should be all around, right? Spreading my happy little Susan Morgan charm. They said, no, we want you stationary and to hold the vibe right here. And in that amount of time, I ended up being friends with all kinds of people, including Clifford Mahudi, who stayed with me. He ended up being a dear friend. And John Lear, who ended up staying with me. These are all just long stories. None of it makes any sense, but I end up like bonding, that's my puppy, with these people. And I've met some interesting people. Some I can disclose, some I can't even disclose. But more to the point, even as far as, contact. All right. I'm at my store 2 weeks ago. I walk outside with this little obnoxious puppy for just a second, just to get some fresh air. And this woman, 7.5, 8 foot tall, walks up to me. In that moment, this is classic contact, by the way. I'm not thinking about the fact that she's 7.5, 8 foot tall, smiling at me. I'm thinking, who has a neck 3 times that long? It's not dawning on me. Okay. Her neck was abnormally long. And she gives me a big smile. She goes, what a cute puppy. I said, yeah, thanks. She appeared out of nowhere, stood in front of me, and then disappeared right there. Again, and I'm a lifelong contactee of every sort that you can think of. Okay. Full on contact. And yet I didn't really think about it. I just went back in kind of like in a daze, right? Went back to work. And it wasn't until I was falling asleep at night, not thinking about anything, all of a sudden, boom, it pops in. By the way, that was an ET. I'm like, oh my God, right. How many women are 8 foot tall and appear and then just disappear? I've had people come into my store when I'm not there saying, yeah, we are ETs, and we've come here to tell you that Susan Morgan is making a difference. And that Las Vegas is going to be a whole different show in about 5 years. There's going to be a lot of spiritual centers that I'm, holding the flag, so to speak. I can tell you one weird story after another, like for hours. So the fact that all this is happening and that I'm even meeting with you guys in a group here and just the work that Zenka's doing, I'm like, oh, thank God, praise the Lord. Like I have been waiting for this. And they told me personally to come out, so to speak, of the closet and speak about my contact, because a lot of people know me. And I have no skeletons in my closet. I'm an upfront, I was an elected official back in my 30s and wanted me to run for Congress, all this stuff I've done, I raised kids and they're like, if Susan Morgan's been having contact this whole time, it's going to open up the minds and hearts of other people that at least know me, that have known me, all these years. So I'm going to Sedona. I don't expect a huge crowd. Honestly, that's not it's not that I don't want to make money. I want to make money, but I want a certain vibe. And I don't know if I could do that in a conference center. Okay. So, I mean, we had a really good vibe at the last one. And so anyways, it's going to be held at the Hub, which is about a mile behind Whole Foods. And I've got, discount tickets and all that. If you go to the website, contact2022.com, I'll put it in the chat. And I'd love to see you guys or spread the word, or even just to connect, even after, because there's big movement going on. So I'll stop with that. And thank you, Zenka.
Yeah, thank you so much, Susan, for joining us, and thanks for putting on another conference. The last one you put on was so amazing. We had, Brad Olson, all these people came out, and it was a really powerful meeting of the minds. So thank you for doing it again. We really appreciate it. I'm going to bring up Nadi Hana. We also have Tangilla from Soul Search joining us, and we also have Carla, who's going to be leading the light language class. So excited to hear from her. So Nadi, welcome. You just got off a crop circle call, and we're going to be doing a full-on special LightNet 2-hour experience in a week, right? Next Thursday, right? And I've been in this experience with you that you've designed in person, and it was absolutely mind-blowing. So why don't you tell us about all that you're up to, share your amazing site with all your courses, and welcome.
Thank you. It's always so exciting to be here and be a part of the team that's really bringing awareness to the collective and the field, as you were saying, Susan. So I hosted a crop circle class last night, and I should say call. It was a review of the 2022 season, and there were the most amazing people there, and I am so turned on today. I am just excited by life. I feel jazzed. Some of the folks from LightNet, let's see, I think there was a couple, and they found the class through you, Zenka. Just incredible level of folks. And then there was Andrew, who has taken the light language course, and he's just amazing. So the level that we're moving on now is so exciting. It just feels like, quote unquote, next level, right? So I'm going to try to keep a little mellow here as I talk about everything, because I'm so excited. And I could not be more thrilled for being able to do this call with Zenka. What I found lately, very much like Sylvain and so many of us, I just feel like planetary consciousness and planetary service is so my focus. I walk around calling myself a transition specialist of planetary service, right? And it's really coming online. And I hosted a gathering last week. It was absolute inspiration, and it was, in my off-planet reality when I'm visiting myself in other dimensions, other galaxies, other ships. I visit myself as part of an Earth Council, and I am typically standing around with a group of beings and a holographic Earth in the center of the gathering, and we are pulsing the planet. We are healing the electromagnetics. We are terraforming. We are just love bombing our planet. And I got the realization, why can't I do that here? So I had this gathering, and we all got together, and we stood around a planet that I made out of a yoga ball, and we just really sent some wonderful intentions for grounding this new dimensional reality where we understand the life force and the beauty and the interconnectedness of all of us. So did that for a gathering in real time, and now we're just taking it to LightNet. And I cannot encourage people to come. I can't encourage it more strongly. We're gonna get ourselves in the zone. We're gonna have a little crop circle review. We're gonna let the circles activate us and turn us on to our receptivity to understanding our Earth mission. We're gonna have a little demonstration of them, and then we're gonna have a meditation to head up to our ships or wherever our intelligence source is, higher self, if it's not limited. And we'll have a little meditation and collectively, and then we'll come back and we'll break out into small groups and talk about and explore what our experience was. There's no obligation to have any kind of experience. There's no right or wrong. The point is we're going to get together to enliven our Earth mission, to remember why we're here, to jazz up our commitment to why we showed up, why the boots on the ground dispatch was necessary. So I am so thrilled that Zenka wants to do something like that. And I know so many of the LightNet folks are just right on board, going to dive right in. And so, I love focusing on crop circles and sacred geometry and light language. Carla, rocket it. I'm glad you're doing that. And I bet you're going to have a great crew. Advanced civilizations, any kind of call, any kind of offer or opportunity we have to get our multidimensional awareness going on. We are so much more. And I'm just one of those cheerleaders helping us, supporting us all in remembering and my own remembering. So for the gathering, I made up these little earth cards where there were questions on the back of them, and we were remembering, we were getting together and talking about them. And so my service to the earth, it just seems to be deepening. And so I really love meeting everyone on the same path. And my calls and classes, like I said, all of those subjects, I'm up and running with different calls where we can find our people and find each other. So my website is Galactic Rose Geometry, and come check it out. Join me, find the others. Let's get together and feel like the extraordinary beings that we are, right? We know what's going on. And Sylvain, I'm so excited for the conference. I'm bummed that I won't be available for the official reveal. You never know, I might be there, but that is just tantalizing, and I'm really excited for you, everybody, what they're doing. So, and Costa and the conference, super stoked for that. So,
yeah,
thank you, and good to see you, Tanji.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nadi. And you're right, we're seeing this theme, right? That we're talking about, there is this reality that we can see with our two eyes, but then there's our first eye, which Infinity calls it our first eye, right? And we're starting to develop our intuition and our knowing, because we're remembering who we actually are and what we're actually capable of. And that's what's so mind-blowing when you start to have these physical experiences that you can't deny. You are saying, wow, magic really does exist. We are divine creators. And as we step into this cosmic dance, we're starting to see everyone's bringing the pieces, embassies coming in, your classes. I mean, it's all coming together. And what's so interesting too is that I believe I'm starting to see that when we're intentional, meaning is made. So oftentimes when you get in these containers, when you get in the conference, you get in Susan's conference or your thing, you meet the people and you're like, I can't believe I just met that person. It's like, oh my gosh, they're from, Argentina or this, you find all these synchronicities. And I think that that's what happens when we live intentionally. And so when we're doing this workshop with Nadi next Thursday, it's going to be interesting because you're going to be in breakout groups, but it's not going to be random who you're with. And those people are going to help you remember why you came here, why you're here. I know, because we've done it. We did it before at a physical event that she hosted, and it worked. And I was like, I cannot believe I'm in this room with these 5 people of all the, 40 that were there. It was like, of course I am. It was powerful, right? So we also were doing CE5 this weekend, and we were putting the radios over crop circles because they are geometry and light is what rules the ether. So it's the order that is used in the higher realm. So this is why this stuff is so important and why we're going to get activated. So when you join the community here, it's $11 if you use Nadi's name.
I forgot my promo code. Yes.
Your promo code, you're going to get $20 off. And this is probably the last time we're ever going to do that, because we really shouldn't be giving $20 off $80 a year thing, but we are. So you can write in Nadi. And I just want to, Tanji's coming up next, but I just want to say how brilliant her work is. When I search for Nadi Hannah on the internet, Soul Church comes up. Okay, this is optimized for search engines, right? So you can go here and find everything about Nadi, and then you can click on her website directly from here. Bam. And then
Yep.
you can go right here and see all these classes: light language, activation, crop circle, season roots, star, you know, all these breath work, interspecies. So it's really cool. And I just wanted to highlight how awesome it is, Tangi. When I land on your site from search, I'm like, this is great. We want everybody to find people like Nadi. So
Yeah,
welcome.
shout out to Soul Search for
Yeah.
sure. I mean,
Such-
it is on the download, super high tech and so user friendly. So I think all of Sedona is on it, but great segue.
yeah, Tangi, thanks for all your hard work. I mean, we really are soul searching right now. And when you soul search in an honest way, the universe will give you the people you need to help you orient yourself and remember, right? So welcome.
Thanks, guys. So exciting to be here. And it's just so beautiful to hear what everyone's doing. And Sylvan, so exciting about the ET Embassy, really breaking ground here. And Zenka, congrats on all of the phenomenal results, because, that is really what we're here for. We're in this time of awakening and ascension. And we're in this process of remembering who we truly are, reconnecting with our supernatural abilities and gifts, which are really just our natural abilities and gifts. So, having these groups to be able to do that with. And, I also have had the pleasure of participating Nadi's sacred geometry and crop circle activations live. And it's, again, a huge process of remembrance, for all of us, just being to continue to open up to all there is. And that's what, I'm here about Soul Search. And for those of you who don't know about Soul Search, I'll just share my screen for a bit. And I wanted to actually present a conference we're doing, but just to give everyone a little bit of an overview, Soul Search is your global guide to spirituality and consciousness. And this is a global online platform that we have developed so that people from all over the world can come and search for healers, guides, practitioners. We have a lot of different categories, everything from astrology, breath work, meditation, energy healing. And really we want, the reason, this came into fruition is that, we're at a time of opening up for consciousness now. And what's happening is that as people are opening up, they want to get in touch with people, practitioners, resources that can help them on this journey. And so that is here, what we're here to do is that if someone is here on their galactic journey being like, where do I go? Who do I connect with? And you just put that in, all of a sudden you're going to come up with so many different people, including Alan, including Arcturus Rod, including Galaxy Starborn, including Nadi, and be able to see, who are these people and what are they doing? And how I know Lisa here, she actually works with young starseed, like young starseed women who are, like in their, 10 years old, in their teens, and is very passionate about supporting young starseeds. So there's really actually such an incredible amount of support out there and available. And right now, as we're all embarking on this journey of remembrance together, we have the opportunity to be, coming together, online and in person. And so, Nadia actually also has her beautiful and amazing sacred geometry courses on Soul Search, such as drawing Metatron's cube and all of her other ones as well. So we have this whole community, and it's just been super exciting to build this with you guys. We have all types of events all the time. Like I see Melissa has a fall equinox channel and meditation with Isis, Horus, and the Hathors coming up, and Raquel's Mercury retrograde event coming up on Saturday. So we have all types of amazing information and knowledge being shared all the time. And we just want this to continue in the biggest way. And we love doing this with our partners. And Zenka, we should actually also, I'm happy to promote all of your groups and the courses that you're launching through Soul Search as well. So let's definitely talk about that. And, Neil Gar and I from Portal to Ascension, we have actually teamed up and we are launching, we have an online conference coming up October 15th and 16th, called The Ascension of the Soul, Explore Your Soul's Evolution. And this is an online conference. It's 2 days where you will be able to get incredible downloads from all these different presenters and speakers that will be talking about ascension from many different aspects, from the angelic realm, from the galactic realm, quantum manifestation, epigenetics, dark night of the soul, miraculous healings, astrology, transfiguration, quantum psychology, Native American shamanism, the phases of the Kali Yuga, managing your animal body during ascension. So, there's so many different aspects, and we just wanted people to have the opportunity to really dive deep and explore, what is ascension from all of these different perspectives and have an understanding of what it means. So I'm going to just show a quick video. You guys will recognize the voice here.
What are your gifts? What do you desire for yourself? What do you envision for the entire planet? Immerse yourself into the Ascension of the Soul online 2-day conference. Explore your soul's purpose and experience deep connection to all that you are. A collaboration of luminaries here to support you in understanding and remembering your true potential. Brought to you by Soul Search and Portal to Ascension. Now is the time to awaken to our soul's gifts and abilities. Join us October 15th and 16th, 2022.
That was so awesome.
There you go. I just wanted to share that. And, now is the time to awaken to our soul's gifts and abilities. And we're doing that in so many different ways. And, we're really excited to bring this conference, just as, you guys all have these amazing conferences and events coming up. And, this is our mission together, to bring forth the ascension and the new earth and bring forth this awakening with all of our, angelic, galactic, multi-dimensional family guide support. And it's just so exciting to really be here with all of you, bringing this forth together.
I feel that really tonight, I'm just like, wow, because we completely forgot that we're magical beings.
Mm-hmm.
We completely forgot.
James Morgan.
And it's something that we're really noticing now, in all these embodiment experiences, like, wait a minute, like, in these groups, I was starting to be like, wait a minute, now I can trust that I can channel for someone and give them the right information. I can trust that the radios will turn on. I can trust, you know what I mean, that I can remote view. I mean, that remote viewing class with Alan blew my mind. Remote viewing is the most, it tells you what unity consciousness is. We can be over there and here, we can see things that we couldn't possibly know. So how is that possible, right? And when you start to realize who you are and what you're capable of, you fall in love with hope again. You fall in love with your life. You fall in love with who you are. You fall in love with your friends. You fall in love with the community, because we're going to make magic happen, and we already are. So yeah, I looked at that poster, all the people that are gonna be like, oh, cool, that person. You gathered such a great group, you and Neil, for that. It's gonna be amazing. Really, really amazing.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. And it's just, the beginning of this amazing journey we're all on together. So excited to be sharing.
We all do this together, that's for sure. So the last person we're going to bring up tonight is Carla. Welcome, Carla. Carla was in our small group for LightNet and the radio group, and it was like her talent was just pouring out of. Like, wow, who are you? And she's decided now to guide a group of 8. Your group is almost full, but there's a few more spots for people who want to really, practice light language, practice listening. It's not just learning, it's trying it out, right? That's where you really learn, So Carla, please talk to us and tell us about who you are and what you're up to.
Yeah.
Can you hear us now?
Such a great group, a gathering. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're
I want to say thank you so much. It's just so fun. It's such great energy tonight. And I just want to share that I think that my experience with light language is a testament to how quickly it can be learned. Because a lot of people who might take activation codes quickly learn it within moments. Sometimes they're able to speak light language or interpret like language. And I think my story has to do with kind of losing a little bit of faith in humanity, and then really turning to star people. And then before you knew it, I saw such awe and wonder from my experiences with star people. I started to see that in humanity with light language. So it just turned into a full circle, and I feel light language is a beautiful thing, and there's a lot to it, and there's no right or wrongs, no finites, no good, bad, right, wrongs, and very healing is an understatement. And the class is going to be a lot of fun. Joy is co-guiding it with me, and we met at the ham radio through LightNet.
Yeah, and Joy is so great because she's like, I'm a jack of all trades. So she does everything. She's like a healer, a meditator, a therapist, remote viewer. I mean, she does everything. So it's like, this is going to be a really cool container that you guys are going to tap into. And, we had a bunch of technology here last night. And, it is interesting how science and spirituality are coming together, because they're all about frequency medicine, right? So they're bringing all these Tesla tools, this, biocharger, all this stuff, but the frequency medicine we can access through our voice. I remember the first time I heard light language, I was like lying on my bed, listening to a meditation someone gave me, and I almost fell asleep. And then light language came on. Every hair in my body was like, and I was like, what? So, I mean, I think light language is really in the frontier of the spiritual movement. It's something that we're just starting to understand, and it's really amazing. And we're gonna learn how to translate it into English, which is right. What else do you have on the docket for the syllabus?
So what's been fun is that Star People have channeled to me some ancient scripts. And I literally just channeled information from them. They gave me instructions on learning ancient scripts. For example, Kaka'anua is an ancient Polynesian language, the alphabet that we have. And if you look at light language, people's interpretations, a lot of it is based upon these ancient scripts. So that's going to be really, really fun to explore that. Some math comes in play, where you start seeing symbols that are used in math that show up in light language and these ancient scripts. And it's really kind of fun to explore. It just kind of opens up the world. That's what my experience has been. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I saw polymath on the syllabus here, polymath number method. So that's really interesting. Okay.
It'll be fun.
Okay, you guys. Well, I'm going to bring everyone back up here just to give one last goodbye to everyone out there listening. If you've come with us tonight to hear about all the exciting things the community is up to, thank you for being here tonight. I hope that excitement about the fact that we're really, more and more people are joining us. Like, more and more people are getting what's happening right now, and it's really exciting. So does anybody else have anything final to say before we close?
I do, if it's okay.
Yes.
Years ago, one of my first dreams of the contact was, the very end of the dream was, they put codes on my palms that looked like Egyptian hieroglyphics, and they were red. And in the dream I said, oh shit, I can never pretend that I'm normal. I had been pretending my whole life up till 14, up until then, that I was normal. And you could see it on my hands. I forgot about it I tried to forget about it, right? For a number of years. I'm at a book signing event, and this woman is telling me that when she went in the crop circles, some people, their palms of their hands show the Egyptian hieroglyphics in either red or blue. And in some of them, it would go right up the inside of their arm. My first thought was, well, thank God it didn't go on my forearm. It was just on my palms. It blew my doors open. I kept thinking, I need to get to a crop circle in England. But as you probably know, they're not as common as they were back in the late 70s and early 80s. But there is a phenomenon that some people, and I've meditated and I've traveled, and I also can remote view on what the symbols mean on my hands, but there's a definite connection between Egyptian hieroglyphic writing on the palms and crop circles. People that are already coded. And some of these people that go in, they don't know that they've got these codes on their hands until they're in the crop circle. Oh, and then she told me in about 10 minutes or so, when they're out of the crop circle, it just gently fades back.
So
You can do the research on that.
Wow, I can't
there's-
believe you're just saying this. Here's where all the synchronicities start to like, rah. So as they were showing the tech last night, a healer went up to my hands and we meditated together and he drew symbols in my hands, 4 of them.
He drew them with his fingers?
Yes, in my hands. And then I tried something with my son the other day where I asked him his favorite number and he said Googleplex or something, which is like a 0 with like a million zeros. And we put our hands together, we opened them and I had a blue 0 on my hand. So I want you to try that tonight because this is what it's all about. We're not going to understand this with our minds. We are not, right? So I want you, with someone you love and care about, I want you to ask them what their favorite number is. And I want you to put your hands together and I want you to open that up and show them the number, and it'll either be red or blue. I've seen people do it with red. So this is it. This is us.
This is us. Exactly. This is
Right.
us. And also Riz Verk just sent me a message saying, okay, he will speak. I don't think he's listening to this. How synchronistic is that, right? I've been asking him for 2 months. We get on the thing with Zenka and he's like, okay, you know what? I'll be there.
Good. Well, yeah. So come all up to Sedona for Susan's conference. It's going to be incredible. And we'll see you online for Sylvain's conference. We'll see you next Thursday for Nadi's super 2-hour workshop for LightNet. And Tanji, your conference is also so amazing. That's a lot of energy and a lot of people that are going to be like supporting people to take, it's all just take that next little step. We're all taking the next step together. We're like, okay, should we take the next step? Yes. Okay. So we're doing this together, you guys. We love you. If you have news to share, you can reach out to us at team@lightnet.org and we'll give you the presenter link to come on and share your gifts and your projects with the world. Until next, the 3rd Thursday of next month, we'll see you then.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.